Bienvenidos a Esperanza Pense, donde la Esperanza Pense. Welcome to Esperanza Pense, where hope wins. Happy Venus Day. Moon's in Scorpio. Whoop. Two of Pentacles. Moon's in Scorpio today, bringing a depth of feeling and perception. We might have our spidey senses tingling. We might have our detective glasses on and our magnifying glass out, like Two of Pentacles is being able to swing a job and a side hustle at the same time. It's being able to juggle a couple of projects at once. It's being in the balance, in the flow. Okay. Yesterday for our Synchronicity card, we got in tune. So this has to do with staying within the infinite dance, that infinite flow. Even when things start to get going kind of fast, you could still stay in the flow when you set your racetrack up appropriately. Did you guys ever used to do that as kids? I used to do that, oh my gosh, with the micro machines and the Hot Wheels. I used to like lay out these huge tracks, and then you race your car. Oh my gosh, so much fun. My stepdad and I used to do that when I was a little kid. But yeah, Two of Pentacles means that like you've laid your track out appropriately, or you're on the right dance floor, you're on the right beat, you're in the right rhythm, you're on the right tune, so that you can keep that flow going for a while. You might not be able to dedicate to both projects at once forever, but for right now you're juggling it and you're doing just fine. So that is going to be the energy that flavors are reading today, and then we'll pray over these cards and play tarot. As a quick reminder, please check out my most recent video about the channel updates. Starting next week, Quick Hits tarot videos will be very quick hits tarot videos. Stay tuned. April 3rd, 2026. Thank you for fine-tuning your free will and intuition with me daily, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. We just kind of get a feel for maybe what symbols and vibes we might be able to see around us and throughout the day. And it sort of helps us do the work and do the exercise of fine-tuning our free will and intuition. Wow, 3 reverse cards. So this is like, yeah, this is the energy coming more internal. This is like a happily ever after card that in the near past, like something that we thought was going to be our happily ever after, maybe we need to rethink that. Maybe we were putting our emotional investments into a situation that it didn't turn out that way in the end. Okay, like we've all had relationships that have turned out that way, be they our intimate relationships within our family. We could have sometimes when 10 of Cups reverse comes up in a reading for a client, it can come through as like a sadness or a family grief or a lineage type thing, a DNA type thing, something to where it's an ask to break those emotional karmic ties type energy, right? This could be a one-on-one relationship that didn't quite work out, a family relationship that didn't quite work out. And this can also just be, us like having high hopes for a situation or a partnership that just didn't work out, right? Or it could be just us internalizing that energy a little bit more, like, what is my emotional karma? What does my family tree mean to me? And is any of that being threatened or disrupted? That could be 10 of Cups reversed too. The rainbow could be inverted, because on this card in the traditional Rider-Waite, this is the Did I show you? This is the Tarot de Maria Celia. It's a beautiful deck, and it's based on the Marseille Tarot. I always love it when I'm watching people's videos and they call it like Marcès or something, or they say like Marcel's, or I don't know, but it's Marseille. It's pronounced Marseille. Marseille, c'est une cité dans la France. Le Geneviève, c'est pas, she already knows. Geneviève already knows. Je ne peux pas parler français très bien parce que je comprends pas. Je comprends pas. I don't really understand or speak French very well, but I can say Marseille. Okay, Marseille. The Hermit reversed means that, okay, well, we've had our time to work on the craft. We've had our time to gain our wisdom. We've had our time to study. We've had our time to focus on our own internal lantern, on our own internal flame. And now it's kind of time to reverse that energy, come back down the hill, come back down the mountain, and maybe share that information with others. Maybe become more available as a teacher, even if we don't feel like it. Sometimes we got to be social, even if we don't feel like it, because it's not about us, okay? It's about the community. And with the Empress reversed, any feel of pregnancy, maybe there's questions of fertility, maybe there's questions of sovereignty, maybe there's questions, or maybe this woman needs a little bit more support. Is there an elder woman? Am I the elder woman in your life who gives Empress vibes? You know, maybe I could use your support as I go through a little bit of these changes, right? I'm entering my crone phase of life, and it comes with changes. We just had our equinox. We're all going through changes. And yeah, so if you see an Empress reversed in your life, Empress is Empress is Taurus energy, Venus energy. Venus is going through a square with Pluto right now, and so that's, you know, giving her power is a little bit more, almost, I want to say pushed upon. And Pluto can make her want to retreat some. Pluto can empower her to maybe use her Empress energy in a negative way as well. Empress energy reverse can be somebody just being bossy for the sake of being bossy because they can, because they have the resources and you don't. So we can keep our eyes peeled for all this type of energy today. On Venus Day, we get a Venus card. Let's pull our Synchronicity Oracle for today. And yes, please, if you would like to see what the cards have to say for you on an individual level, I'm still open for readings. Thank you for everybody who's booked recently. It is so wonderful to speak one-on-one with you and share our free will and intuition together. And, you know, just sort of navigate these times, right? Whoa, oh man, got a lot of synchronicities today, I guess because it's the last day for a while of my full-on long quick hits tarot. Oh, cool. We got teacher. Yep. I've been thinking a lot lately about learning and teachers. Who are your teachers? Who do you teach? We all teach each other, of course, right? Rise. That's beautiful. I love those colors. I've also been like super into these colors lately, as you could see if you tune into my last couple of live streams. Rise. So yeah, it might be time for us to leave this hermit phase. Teacher, hermit, oh yeah, those go together. Okay, so the teacher, the hermit, like we were talking about, it might be time to take that wisdom that you've been gaining on your solitary path and become more of a teacher. Rise. rise out of the cave, rise up, rise, rise and shine. Raven energy. This is interesting. Crows have been coming up. I've never pulled this card from this deck. I didn't even know that this existed here. Raven energy is communicative. Ravens can recognize faces and they don't forget. They like shiny things and they're curious and they're also mischievous, and they can be sort of like mischief maker energy, and they're protective. That black color, black is a protective color in occult wisdom, and the raven can be presented to people who have some necessary intelligence past what most normal people in the neighborhood could see or notice. I mean, we can all see things, but do we all notice things? Resilience, we talked about that a couple of days ago. Resilience is, going through life and not letting life go through you, right? Like it's an exchange. It's resilience is being able to take action when action is needed, and being able to recognize reality and still keep going on your sovereign path. Resilience is when your outer circumstances might not be mirroring back what you believe that you are giving to life and to the situation. Resilience is giving anyway, right? Resilience is survivor energy, right? Love it. I like the word resilience. Imagination, we talk about this a lot on this channel. Imagination, this is keeping our hopes alive. This is keeping our imagination lit. This is turning off the devices for a minute and closing our eyelids and looking and seeing what's behind there, behind that screen, behind that great technology that we have inside of our bodies, inside of the light, inside of the candles, inside of the air, right? Inside of the grass, inside of the ground, but especially inside of us. I've taken a lot of spiritual trips, and some of those spiritual trips are right inside my body. Like sometimes if you really let your imagination get very, very deep, you can go very, very deep inside your own body, and like you can see streams of things. You can see your veins, you can see your organs, you can see your heart, you can see your lungs. You can see the inside of like behind your eyes and in your brain. You can see all of that stuff if you use your imagination. Maybe you want to try it sometime. It's kind of cool. All right, man. Well, and whoever, you're all man to me. Sorry, we're all dudes, man. The Big Lebowski made a huge impression on me, and that's all I can say. So stay tuned for the astrology, and we'll talk about today. Thank you so much. Okay, it looks like today we have our Moon Venus. We're moving into that Moon Venus opposition with the moon being in Scorpio, not its favorite place to be, by the way. Venus loves being in Taurus, but she does not love being opposed by her other self, you know what I'm saying, by other aspects of herself. She likes the mirror to show her what she wants to see, right? Think about how many mirrors, Marilyn Monroe, I think, is a very good example of a Venusian character, even though she's a Gemini, and she really liked a lot of mirrors, and I don't know if that was magical or what, or imposed upon her or what. Venus is having this powerful conversation with Pluto, which is also, Pluto brings up like the depth and the ick, and it looks like Juno is up there too, moving into that square. So there might be like motherhood issues, wife issues, issues of being a wife and a mother, and feeling either empowered to do so or maybe disempowered by the stuff that comes up in the situation that hasn't solidified itself quite yet, because Venus is just getting home and she hasn't hardly had a chance to like relax and get her bearings before she's off traveling through Gemini by the end of the month. So, yes, Saturn and Pluto are in a sextile. So, if we need to channel our fire appropriately, if that air and fire is getting a little bit too hot, it looks like Saturn's going to be the earth that's going to bring things into structure. And that's all I have to say for today. Thank you. Stay tuned. See you soon. Love you now. Bye.